Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, gosh, I'm so super. Oh, that is not the right. That is not the right. Give me 1 second. I will not be teaching you about endogenous bioelectric fields today. I'm doing a collective reading today. Click the wrong thing. Oh, Lord. I'm not teaching any lectures today. So today is not a school day. Where the heck are all my rubber bands? Could you imagine if I taught you about endogenous bioelectric fields? Like, do you understand how that would change your life? I don't know that it would change your life. So I asked what our conversation was going to be about, and sorry, I couldn't help it. And what I heard is your moment to shine is quickly approaching. It's almost time. Okay. It is almost time. And whatever it is that needs to happen has kind of already happened, whether you're aware of it or not. It's already happened, whether it be something enjoyable or something that causes you to feel stressed out on a whole nother level. Like whatever it is, it's already happened. So let's see what the cards want to tell us. Okay. So for many of you, you are in a really just difficult predicament right now. It's very, very difficult. And it seems as though you've been made to feel, you've been made to think and exist as though your options are limited, that you're being destroyed. You're very much at risk of losing everything that means anything to you. And that is something that can be very, very nerve-wracking. It could cause a lot of flip-flopping emotions. So that's what these two cards are telling me. Limitless in reverse, and then emotions. So here's the thing. And this was also something that was expressed to my class as I was teaching the other day. Your belief in your limitations is the very thing that's going to halt everything good that is heading your way. It's you doing it. I know. You feel like it's not fair because you've been doing everything that you needed to do. So how is it your fault? Do you really want me to answer that question? I know for a lot of you, you're probably feeling like you're already doing everything that you could possibly do, and it's not fair. So let me tell you this. Most people, when they enter into compliance, alignment, cooperation with your soul, you're only really cooperating to a minimal degree of cooperation. You're only partially aligned. Why is that? Because most people don't want to submit to something else, which that's not necessarily a bad thing. But when you're talking about refusal to submit to your own soul, that's like soul refusing to submit to spirit, because spirit is a step above soul. Spirit can be fragmented into X number of souls, and soul doesn't want to listen to spirit. That's crazy. That is super crazy, because soul will never win that. Just like you will never win this battle with your soul. I think it's time to simply just walk your truth. I came across I came across a video that was just really, it was very, very powerful. And it was this thing where the content creator, I don't remember who it is anymore, they said that overthinking is really, it's rooted in you not following your intuition. That's why you begin to overthink, because your soul has given you the information and the guidance that you need, but you don't want to follow that because it makes you uncomfortable. It will bring you into spaces of existence that you're not accustomed to existing in, meaning probably you're accustomed to bringing to fruition other people's accusation that you will never succeed, you will never amount to anything, you will never be able to build what you want, that you don't deserve goodness in life, all of these really negative programs. We have a tendency to readily accept the negative programs and to completely reject on varying levels, varying degrees of intensity. So that's what's happening. When you're overthinking, you can rest assured you are actively trying your darndest not to listen to that information, to that guidance. So what needs to happen now? Well, your moment to shine is approaching. It's approaching. How are you going to travel through this? Because it's a feeling like there's something behind the scenes. It's fighting on your behalf. You know what I mean? And it's like you're only pushing yourself to a certain point, just a little bit. And you're like, oh, no, I can't. A little bit. Oh, no, I can't. A little bit. Oh, no, I can't. And that's really messing up your process because you're burning up all of this fuel that should be used to bring into full fruition, full manifest form, your actual potentiality. Oh, soul says there really aren't any people who are against you. And you might be like, no, I know quite a few people who have gone out of their way to make sure I don't succeed. Well, here's the thing. Those people aren't actually against you. Those people are nothing but mirrors of what you do and say to yourself when no one is watching or listening. Yikes. Oh, man. I've had this happen to me too. I have had this happen to me so many times where people cross my path and either we become fast friends. And I have opinions about that. We either become fast friends or we've never interacted. And regardless of whichever one it is, these are people whose demons get triggered by witnessing my existence. And as the demons within them get triggered, they then begin to regurgitate the very things I say to myself that are not so nice, but I don't say it out loud. I don't say it in front of other people. And then I find myself wondering, is this the confirmation? It is a confirmation, but confirmation for what? Confirmation for what? Is it confirming your belief that you should not trust yourself, that you are not worthy, that self-sabotage is all you deserve? Or is it confirming that the way you treat yourself is completely unacceptable, extremely hurtful and harmful and destructive to your sense of self? I realized it was the second. And when I began to realize it was the second, the part where soul is confirming that the way I secretly treat myself and speak to myself is inappropriate, unwarranted, unfair, and just absolute maltreatment of self. Then I began to realize that needed to be changed. And as I began to change that, you know what happened? I became free to explore my sacred flame and my actual purpose in this life. Crazy. I have received day after day after messages after messages. That my time to actually shine at the level I was designed to shine, it is quickly approaching. And I'm not asked to be anything but who I am. And the process that I'm in, this ascension cycle that I'm in, that has been so difficult over the last year at this point. It's been 12 months. It's been 12 months. It's been nothing but preparing me for the inevitable, which is what? Nothing more than being comfortable being myself, regardless of who's watching. Damn. Here, this whole time, you've been like, this whole thing is hopeless because I'm just me. It's just me. Who am I? Yeah. That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing. So this card right here got pulled out accidentally with this card, which is Sacred Journey. So this card needs to be shown first, and this card is about context. Who are you? If you don't have the proper context, you'll think the improper things. You'll make improper, inaccurate assumptions about yourself. So I look at my journey because that's really all I can talk about, right? My journey. For the longest time, it was just this feeling of I'm just me. I don't understand what the big deal is. I don't know why people make such a big deal about what I do and my public presence. I'm just one person. I'm not bothering anyone. Why are some folks so bothered by seeing me exist? I'm just me. I'm just me. And who am I? Because I came across a video before I went live where this woman was asking another woman, like, who are you? Outside of identifying as a mother, and this is what the person said specifically, outside of identifying as a mother, because that's an identity you hold for someone else, right? For someone else. So removing all these identities that we hold within ourselves for someone else, who are we? And she didn't know who she was, and I don't know who I am. To some degree, I'm kind of aware. I don't know if it's enough though, because my awareness is that my soul has done a few things through various lifetimes. I've been part of specific groups and had specific lifetimes and experiences with that. And, just, I mean, I don't know. Everyone has past lives. I don't know what the big fucking deal is. You see, without context, we don't understand the true sacredness of our journey. We don't get it. We don't understand. And that's okay, because how are you supposed to understand this if you have no idea what context you're being placed in? For those of you who are car buffs, especially the import scene, there is this one storyline that I was reminded of recently. This father says to his daughter, "You've now come of age, and I've had this gift for you that I've held on to for a very long time, waiting for this moment to gift it to you. But I want you to do, I think, like 3 things before you decide what you're going to do with this gift." He tells his daughter to first take it to a dealership because he's giving her a Skyline. I've heard my husband hoot and holler about this vehicle long enough to know you keep that always. You keep that Skyline. So she has a Skyline. She takes it to a dealership and they're like, well, it's pretty old. There's a lot of work that needs to happen to it for it to kind of just be restored back to stock. And we'll give you like $1,000 for it. It's old. It's not brand new. It's old. And then she brings it to another place. I forget what place, but the third place she brings it to. Her father instructs her to go to a car club. Don't bring the car. Just start talking to the people in the car club. And she begins talking to the people in the car club who have actual context as to the gravity of this junker of a car. And a couple of people pull her aside. I'll give you 100,000 for it right now as is condition. 100,000. You have no idea the gravity of you and your identities and your purpose in this life because you don't have the context, but that does not take away the sacredness of this journey that you're on. I don't have the context. And my soul tries to give me portions of context as to the gravity of some of my previous existences, because I do remember quite a few of my names. And what's crazy is this. Not only do I remember my names, I remember details of those lives, and I go and look it up. Wouldn't you know it's fucking accurate? I remember how I died. I remember details of who betrayed me. And that's, to me, that's the most important parts. But see, the context that I'm trying to provide you is the names, the identities that I once held as my own in those forms. These are names that have not been forgotten. They are names in history books. And to me, it's like, well, I mean, I don't know. People have their opinions of those people. I don't want to share my names. Some of those even took me a while to just accept. Like, it plunged me into a dark night of the soul. Like, oh my God, really? I did that? But see, without context as to how the people existed during that time, I couldn't grasp the depth of my own compassion for the peoples I was conquering. Ooh, ooh. And then on top of that, these were the stories told by the men who couldn't accept that this person who was not part of the appropriate coloring, let's put it in those terms, was able to achieve what they were able to achieve. You see, of course, they'll paint you in a way that makes you look bad because they didn't like you. Realization of that helped me to understand I never needed people's acceptance. I never needed everyone to agree about the purpose that I have. One life in particular, notorious. This life was notorious. And a lot of really ugly things have been said. And here's the thing. In this life, I never attacked anyone or any nation that didn't start shit first. Start shit with me or start shit with my family. So if you're going to start shit, I will fucking conquer everything you have. And I will subjugate and dominate you until you cease to exist. And your people will know me and only me. Kind of felt that. I kind of felt that. What sins have you committed for God to send a punishment like me upon you? There's a context. There's a context. And now I can be at peace with that identity that I once held. In brutal times, brutal actions are what is used to correct what needs to be corrected. That's unfortunate. And some of you might be like, whoa, like you're promoting ugliness. No, I'm letting you know choices are being made by soul. So specific purpose is accomplished. And if you don't know what that purpose is, you cannot expect to commandeer your journey just because you're afraid of your own greatness. I don't know what I'm supposed to accomplish. I know it's something big. And I know it's something that I've been being prepared for my whole life. And then I'm not going to be asked to be anything but who I am already. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. See, ready but waiting. I'm not ready. I don't feel like I'm ready, and I don't feel like I'll ever be ready. But yes, here I am waiting for instruction from soul. Why? Because if my soul says I'm ready, even though I doubt it, I will do it. Why? Because it's something that must be done. And I've spent most of my life cultivating a ripened awareness of when it is actually my soul communicating with me. And no, I don't do what Michael tells me to do. He's my babysitter. Sometimes I share what he says just because it adds to the conversation, but he's never allowed to tell me what to do. That's not the relationship we have. He laughed as well. He knows I'm not going to listen to him anyways. If it does not resonate with me, it does not come from my soul. And unless it's a communication that comes directly from my sovereign soul, I will not receive it as instruction, and I will not do as I am told. Good luck getting me to comply. To date, there hasn't been a single person who has succeeded, either by threatening me, roughing me up, or anything else. I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care. I had family visiting recently, and I totally was just joking. One of my kids left the hairbrush in the living room. And so, I have a little Chiweenie, Miss Joy Joy. She's a little Chiweenie. Yeah, so I was joking around and I threatened her with a brush. And she was on the beanbag and I hit the beanbag and I was like, "You want spanking?" And she just looked at me like, "Huh?" Because she doesn't know what that means. She doesn't know what that means. That wasn't seen as a threat. She's like, is there food? Did you drop food on the beanbag? And she was just looking at me like, I don't understand. What's happening here? And why did I do that? That was something that was pulled from my memory because there had been several times where the adults in my life, they just couldn't figure out how to parent me. They couldn't figure out how to force compliance out of me. So those were one of the threats that was used, like hitting your hand with a brush. I got to spank you. And I'm just like, go ahead. Just, you're out of control. Go ahead. Will that help you? Right? So now you need to figure out for yourself, are you ready? Are you waiting? Even if you're not ready, you definitely need to, at the very least, be waiting for your soul to give you the next part of what it wants you to do. Your soul will not leave you. And those that need to be part of whatever it is that you're going to do, they won't leave you either. Mm-mm. For those of you who are ready, see this red, orangey red, fiery type. All right. See this phoenix down here. This is telling me that the method of communication between you and your soul, it's encrypted at this point. And here's the thing, because I'm always going to be upfront. Those who are like, yep, everything between me and my soul is encrypted, most likely you've been listening to a mimic. Because you just readily believe and apply anything you hear. I know that's offensive. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to come out in a antagonizing or condescending way, but I mean, it's true though. It's the truth. And regardless of how I serve the truth, it's still the truth. So those who are just very quick to identify as something because it sounds good, it sounds elevated, it sounds somehow elite, this is going to be a difficult period for you. You are not encrypted. But for those of you who are like, I'm trying really hard, like to just make sure that it's actually my soul that's speaking to me. Half the time I don't know. And I'm kind of just like, I mean, I think it is, but I just like, I need to make sure. You're probably already encrypted. You're probably already encrypted. And you just need more time and interaction with your soul to get comfortable with the fact that you are directly connected to your own divinity. Okay. So there are people who are on their spiritual journey and they're so focused on elevation. And what ends up happening, and most of us will go through this as we first begin our spiritual journey. I know I went through this. I didn't have a moment of awakening, but I definitely have gone through periods and phases where I've just been so fucking insufferable. I'm serious. Oh, Lord. So, we'll all go through this. And then we'll get past it. Right? This period where we think that if we speak in a certain way, use certain terms, wear the specific outfits and the bracelets and the necklaces and all this copper stuff and all of these different things, and we hobnob with the right people, that, we're going to have some type of increase in our value. Your value was predetermined before your birth. You've had that value even before you even began to commingle yourself with spiritual stuff. You've had a value this entire time. You need to be careful about doing too much, trying too hard. There's a lot of people who make that mistake, and they tend to be the ones who are heavily targeted by parasitic things. I'm just letting you guys know. This is what I see constantly. Those are the people who fall for all sorts of stuff, And it's just, it's sad. It's sad because there are those who they create a caricature of what they believe will draw people in. And then those who don't know any better will be the ones that they ensnare and entrap and then entrain. So you have to be very careful. I'm not interested in building a following. I'm not. I'm told I just have to be publicly visible and let people decide whether they want to witness whatever crazy ass shit's going to come out my mouth that day or not. And that's okay. That's okay. Trust me. I'm just as surprised as you about what I say when I say it. I'm just as surprised. So there's not going to be any renewal that's happening. What your soul wants to do as your light is about to shine. Ooh. Oh my God, the drama. Hold on. This reading is about to make a hard left. What happened? Cover up, exposing the deception. 1 second. You've been selected. There's motion at your front door. This process is like finding money in your pocket. Save on what you need. The final hours. I'm saying to geek out on this. Okay. What is this all telling us? Mm, mm. So I'll dive into that in a moment. Soul is giving a secondary message. Whatever that secondary message is, it's going to be intense. So let me just finish up what y'all are supposed to know. And then I'll jump into conspiracy stuff after, if I have time. Okay. So you're not going to receive renewing energy. Why? Because soul wants you to burn up all the old fuel. It doesn't want the old fuel mixed with a new fuel because you're going to be using a different type of fuel. Ooh. Oh, holy moly. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Okay, you guys. Wow. Wow. The new fuel isn't even the same type of fuel. You've been running on the promise of a potential that's not guaranteed because we don't know if you'll choose it or not. We don't know if you'll put the work into achieving that potential or not, right? So that's the old fuel. The new fuel, it runs on gnosis. And what is gnosis? Knowledge in action. What is knowledge in action? Wisdom. This is no longer a promise of a potential. This fuel is about you knowing beyond any shadow of any doubt what you deserve, what you will receive, and you will not stop until it is your reality. Oh, I am getting tingles every freaking where. You know what this means? Oh, and potential in reverse. That means you're no longer, for those of you who are ready, of course, you're no longer just like hoping and praying, like, please, I hope it happens. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm enough, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if you say it's going to happen, I'm like, I want to believe you so bad. Bitch. You want to believe me so bad? That means you think I'm fucking lying or playing in your face. You and you and you stop playing around. Okay. For those who are ready for this part, let it happen. Do what your soul is telling you to do. Let it happen, make it happen, support it, fuel it, whatever needs to happen. Just go, 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 go. Just go. And some of you are going to give the excuse of like, but I don't have balance yet. I'm not yet balanced. A few other things have to happen first. Do you know the slower you go on a bicycle, the more wobble you'll have? If you just take off and go, you'll fucking balance. Y'all are making me mad. I'm trying not to be mad today. I'm trying. God, don't give up on me yet. God, don't give up on me because I can't control my emotions. I mean, my irritation is justified. Because the ones that need to listen and hear so that they can move through to the next part are the ones who are not listening. Ah. You just got to do it already. You just got to do it already. Because see, you know, when you just go do it already, even though you didn't really know, you don't have the degree, right? You don't have that reassurance. You don't have that certificate, that training that came from someone else who's telling you how to do it. You're just kind of feeling your way through. You think like, oh my gosh, the opportunity for failure is so like, it's just so present. And, you know, I don't want to fail. I don't want to feel stupid. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sometimes when you just do what you're supposed to do, your soul figures out. Amen, seven figure squad. Your soul figures it out for you and then presents you with the opportunities. Soul is talking, y'all. Mm-hmm. I didn't know seven figure squad on YouTube is Pinoy. Anyways, complaining rewires your brain like trauma. Oh, there's audio I want you guys to hear. Hold on. Let me get it. Because it's either I'm going to play this audio for you or I'm going to clear your third eye because me and your ancestors are sick of your bullshit. I'm not joking. Me and your ancestors are sick of your self-sabotage. Hold on. I downloaded so much stuff. It's going to take me a moment to scroll through and find the right video. Is it this one?
Built through affirmations or pep talk.
Okay, no.
Because I was really interested in the brain, and I learned that every
time. Okay, so this is from Vickery. I can't see that far. Vickery Mahmood on TikTok. This is his video. All right.
Did in neuroscience in college because I was really interested in the brain, and I learned that every time that you tolerate something that goes against your values, whether it be procrastination, poor sleep, bad habits, people who drain you, your brain learns that it's normal. The dopamine system that governs motivation and reward doesn't distinguish between what's good for you and what's easy. It just reinforces whatever behavior that you repeat. That's called reward prediction. And when you meet your own standards, when you follow through, when you set boundaries, when you stay consistent, your brain releases dopamine, rewarding that alignment. When you break those standards, your brain lowers the threshold for what it considers to be good enough. Over time, you stop expecting more from yourself because your brain has adjusted to the comfort of compromise. Neurons adapt to repetition, not intention. So
neurons react to repetition. I don't care how many times you failed, do it again and keep doing it until you succeed. You have been in this cycle of repeated. Soul said to tone it down. I'll show you. Soul said to tone it down. Okay. I'll tone it down a little bit. You have been in many, many years worth of cycles of betraying yourself, sabotaging yourself, and not allowing for your energy and your focus to be used on bringing something to full fruition for yourself, something positive for yourself. So it's not that you're incapable. It's that you believe wholeheartedly that you're not capable of this very simple thing your soul is telling you to do. Did you know how many businesses have I created? 1, 2, 3. I think I've created about 7 businesses and 1 faith-based nonprofit, like an actual church. I don't have any business degrees. I've never taken any business classes, but you best believe I will figure out how to make it work. I taught myself how to be a chocolatier. And I didn't know until after the fact and the business was viable that that's really hard. Chocolate is very temperamental, much like me. Maybe that's why we get along so well. I've been a freelance makeup artist and photographer, and I've had very good success with that. Worked with agency models. I've done national campaigns. I have commercial credit under my belt. It was fun. Didn't realize you can't do that, especially doing everything. Because not only was I a makeup artist, I was also a hairstylist and a wardrobe stylist, a creative director, photographer, as well as post-production editing. I didn't know you're not supposed to be able to do all of that. Self-taught. No classes, no books. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. Yeah. I have tremendous social anxiety. Maybe I should start saying it as I had, because now I'm kind of just like, listen, there's no act. What you see online is the same in person. I didn't take classes to be able to sit here and speak my truth in the most authentic way possible. I just did it. I just did it. I didn't know how to structure businesses, and now, because I just went ahead and did what my soul told me to do. Search up the terms that I need to search up so I can be connected with the people and the organizations that I need to be connected with so I could do everything appropriately. What was once simply a sole proprietorship is now a properly executed LLC done by a law firm that specializes in privacy and a veil of privacy that's not penetrable. Me and my businesses are all protected. I didn't have anyone to tell me how to do anything, yet I managed to file successfully multiple patents, multiple trademarks, and multiple copyrights filed with the Trademark Office of the United States. I didn't know how to do any of that shit. No one told me how to do any of that shit. I just do what my soul tells me to do. How and why? Well, I mean, I don't know. Based on my life experience, my soul hasn't screwed me over. As a matter of fact, whenever I don't listen to it, other people are able to access me and screw me over. I don't get mad about that. I get mad at the fact that, like, girl, soft slap. Your soul was already telling you don't fuck with those people because they're fucking shady. And I'm like, no, I'm a Piscean. I love everybody. They would never. They're so sweet. Bitch, sit down. Let the Capricorn drive. I'm just saying. These are how the conversations between self and soul have gone. Let the fucking Capricorn drive, Pisces. Get in the back seat and take a nap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Have you been allowing yourself to hear what your soul is saying? Conscious connections. You need to be very aware of what you're listening to, who you're listening to. Is it your fear or is it your courage? Because your fear wants you to stay in the same place. Your courage wants to transport you. It wants to transport you to the best part of your life that you're capable of allowing. You hear how I phrase that? The best part of your life that you are capable of allowing. That means you're the one in control. Your light is shining bright and you can't dim it anymore. There are those who will see it like moths to a flame. They will see it and they will come. You think you can still hide? You cannot. You cannot. One thing that I learned in the most uncomfortable way possible when your soul says it's time to stop hiding, you cannot hide anymore. And the most powerful thing you can do to protect yourself is not hide the truth of your power, your purpose, and your capability. It's to fully embrace it, to embrace it in such a way that those who have come from long distances, far distances, they've come to conquer you. They've come to conquer and steal your purpose and your destiny. They take one look at you and they think to themselves, shit, this is not going to be as easy as I thought. Ask the last person who tried to cyberbully me. Bitch, how you doing? Not good? Too bad. That's your own doing. Because here's also the next thing. Soul is letting, how would I, you stayed in your lane. You focused on what soul said to focus on. People tried to hurt you. They tried to destroy you. It didn't work. You just kept right on going. You didn't mirror them. You didn't. You didn't do what they were doing. And although they tried and they involved other people, and it doesn't even matter how many other people they involved, they tried so hard to destroy you and steal your destiny, and they failed. And because your soul sees how you committed to holding on to your integrity, you know what's happening. Those who tried to set booby traps in front of you, they were caught on spiritual camera. Your soul is the one that's kept tabs. This is not about revenge. It's not about retaliation. It's about repayment, because those people are the ones that your soul brought across your path to test and trigger you. To punish you? No. To see if you've actually learned what you needed to learn, applied what it is you learned, and to test if you have reached a level of maturity that is necessary for the next part. It was never about them, but soul, being the wonderful thing that it is, it's now in a space of wanting to repay. So what is going to happen to these people? Are you needing to contact them and make their life a living hell? No, because that's not how you are. There's other more important things that you actually do need to deal with. Those people are inconsequential to you. They always have been inconsequential. They were just there to deliver a message from soul, to create a circumstance that you would need to apply your knowledge. Because remember, knowledge in action, knowledge applied is wisdom, right? So you're now needing to harvest that wisdom, apply it to a higher level of existence. You already know how to do it. You just don't realize that it's higher. So what's going to happen to those people? Your soul made a deal with their soul before you both incarnated. And what was that deal? If you will go ahead and serve as a trigger at this point, this juncture in my journey, and you are able to successfully trigger the type of growth that I'm asking you to help facilitate for me, I'm still going to have to choose to do it, right? I'm asking you to help me facilitate this by your participation in malicious circumstance. I will reward you by way of amplification. But what are you amplifying? What is your soul amplifying for them? Whatever it is they are emitting. So, in the time that you walked away from these nasty ass people, nasty, musty, dusty motherfuckers, I don't even want to use my pointer. The level of just ick, it's just fucking ick that I feel from them. Just fucking ick. That's what's going to be amplified. But you're not the one choosing. So if they're shitty people who screw people over, who look for ways to like destroy others' dreams, steal and take, and just like, they're about to come across a reflection of themselves, but amplified. A promise made by soul is a promise always fulfilled. They had the opportunity to see, I did wrong there. They didn't do anything to me. I don't know what I was thinking. I shouldn't have done that. And of course, if they came to you with that awareness, you'd probably be like, it's all good. I figured you didn't really know what was happening, and, it's okay. Water under the bridge. But no, they didn't. They didn't. They didn't rectify themselves. Instead, they doubled down on who they are, who they choose to be. There was this video. Hold on. Okay. Was it this? No. I don't know what it was. No. What was it, soul? I don't have all day. You guys want to hear some of the things that my soul has been telling me? Your legacy will save masses of people. You'll become a household name. Your story is going to change the masses. And then it's something that you're meant to co-create with the universe. It's something you're meant to co-create. Your financial abundance is blooming and blessed. This chapter isn't late. It's right on time. Trust the timing. Trust the becoming. You're finally stepping into what was always yours. Your power is getting stronger. You whimsical hoe. That's my favorite. You whimsical hoe. Initiation. CEO, multi-billion-dollar company. The world will know who you are. This business vision is happening because of your generosity. You are the blueprint of how companies should be treating their employees. You whimsical hoe. That part is like just my favorite though. And then here, I'll just show this to you guys. Okay, hold on. Okay, so it says just go with the flow. So here's me going with the flow, as Soul said. Just going with the flow. Drowning. Sometimes you just got to laugh and enjoy the process of your unbecoming. It's not you becoming. It's not you turning into something else. It's you unbecoming the program that you were taught you were supposed to be by people who never understood and could never fathom the actuality of the fucking purpose you have. I don't know how any of that shit is going to happen. I don't. Me now is the same me that didn't know how I would get to the point that I'm at right now. Think on that. Think on that. The person that we are right now, several years back, we hoped, we prayed, and this was our dream life. And it's like, it'll never happen for me. Yet here you are living it right now. Your dream from like, I don't know, 2000 is what you're living right now. And you didn't have this preconceived notion of how you get there. You just kept right at it. Y'all, I had this dream for quite some time that my husband wouldn't have to leave the house to go to work. I didn't see any mansion or anything like that. And let's get this straight. I don't live in a fucking mansion. What do you think I do for work? The fuck? The fuck? I live in a regular house. But I had this dream. And it was a weird thing of like, my heart wants this so bad. I want him to be with us all day long, to be with me and our children, raising our kids together, But he is a man's man. He doesn't matter how tired he is. He will go to work every day to provide for us. So I don't have to worry about that. And I can just focus on our kids. Right? I didn't know how we would make that happen. And I always just had this prayer of maybe he'll find a tech job that he can do remotely. I mean, I'm absolutely down to live a simple life. I like that. I don't like all the pomp and circumstance. I don't like, yeah, I'm good off that stuff. And soul promised it would happen. That's why I was so fixated on it. I was so fixated on that vision of us being okay and also being at home with our children all day, every day. I've had that dream for 20 something years. And then without me even realizing it, that promise was fulfilled in 2017. Not because we became rich, but because I allowed full alignment that then led to a shift. He will never again work for another company unless he feels like it. He will never again have to leave early in the morning, come home late at night, just so we can feed our kids. Why can I say that? Because I will never allow that again. I will never allow that again. And that is the fuel that drives me. I don't chase money. I walk towards opportunity. I walk towards potential. And as I fulfill what needs to be done with what I walk towards, the money just shows up. I don't do it for the money. It just shows up. You see, the more you chase that money, the more it hides from you, the more you covet it, the more you crave it. You know, as a woman, I'm like, am I a woman? Yeah, girl, the fuck? You're a woman. I'm like, uh, okay, okay. I'm a woman. So, life hack. As a woman, the most just like biggest turnoff and ugliest thing, something to make me be like, ew, don't, yeah. Not that I'm single, but if I was, the worst thing you could do, the way you can guarantee to never have a chance to even be considered by me, is to pursue me in that way. The fuck? Is you desperate? Did you not have a mom to love on you? That you're like pursuing me as though you were birthed from my own birth canal? Like, back the fuck up. Excuse me. I'm trying to breathe. You're taking all the air, all pressed up. Ew. Ew. That's how money acts. That's how money acts. That's how abundance is. Yeah. That's how abundance is. Now, don't get me wrong, I haven't had very many boyfriends because I'm just picky. I'm very picky. But I can tell you, once I decide that I am interested in a person, I just leave it at that. And then when they start texting and calling, and I'm talking about in my youth, when they would start doing that, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised because I'm cocky. No, because I already chose you. And I was just letting you come to the realization that it's time for you to reach out. Why? Well, because I'm here and I chose you. I won't chase you. I won't put on a role for you. I'll just continue living my life knowing at some point you're going to come to a realization and you're going to be like, damn, I can't get this girl out of my head. It's a Pisces thing. It's always worked that way. It has always worked that way. I will not chase what I know is already meant for me. I will not be impatient. I will not be like holding my hand out like, oh, come on, please, please put it in my hand. Like, no. Ew. What if they put a booger in your hand? Stop. I will not hold my hand out. That's so gross. Present me what you're offering me. And if I so choose to accept it, it is then I will extend my hand out to you to receive what is already mine. That's how my brain works. You see, sometimes you don't realize what it is that you've already called to you, what it is that you already have been predetermined to be capable of having and holding. It'll just come. Excuse me. And when it arrives, you're all surprised, like, oh my God, no fucking way. Don't play yourself. You knew it was coming. You didn't have to chase it. You didn't have to like, oh, please, please, please make it happen. Make it happen. You didn't. You simply needed to get on with your life and do what needs to be done, knowing there's a space that's needing to be filled, and you will only allow what you have determined is appropriate for you in that space. If you're just going to accept any old something that's being offered to you, that's how people end up in some really fucked off relationships. Not even joking. Not even joking. Mm-mm. And all these different messages that other content folks are pushing onto social media. Man, that's the worst fucking relationship and life advice I've ever heard. The worst. I won't even say nothing that will cause you guys to be like, oh my God, I know who she's talking about. First off, I don't even know their names. Second off, my soul is like, Michael goes, maybe you should start a little shit. No, fucking, I don't like shit. You stir that pot, not me. Ew. Defend to the end the worthwhile. That's you. That's you. That's you crying about no one is defending you, knowing damn well you defend everyone else around you. So why don't you do it for yourself? Huh? Ooh. Do it for yourself. Inspiration. Your life is going to allow the bees to come in order to sting you a little bit. That sting is nothing but a warning. Don't worry, you're not allergic to the venom. But if you allow yourself to recognize your power is blooming, it's blossoming. See, flowers in the hair, you got the bees. Your power is blooming. That's what's drawing in all these people with jealousy issues. If you continue with what you need to do, eventually you will find that honey has been produced just for you. People think like, oh, if you take raw honey, it will help with your allergies. Yeah, only if you get honey that's local to your area. Which, by the way, I don't know if you're on here. Sky Weber, thank you so much for all the goodies, the care package that you gave. I wasn't sure if it was appropriate to share the artwork that the girls did for me. I wanted to post it behind me, but I don't know if it's appropriate. So I'm going to have to email you soon. I'm going to have to email you and see what you're comfortable with me sharing. So your power is blooming. It's bringing the bees. There's the potential to be stung, but also tremendous potential for sweetness. Honey never goes bad. Yeah. Yeah. So one day I went with my coach to the gym, and he saw me making my my workout drink. It was in the shaker cup. And he goes, what'd you put in there? He thought he was going to criticize me. I said X amount of grams of protein from egg white powder, X amount of grams of honey, X amount of grams of mushroom coffee, and some collagen and some creatine. X amount. Yeah, I gave him the ratio. And then he goes, okay. Actually, that's really good. That's actually really, really good. Because guess what? The honey delivers the glucose that you need to continue a hard workout. And the loading of the protein before the workout helps to protect your muscles from being cannibalized during the workout. It's a very simple drink that's geared towards hypertrophy. Honey is a key component in that. Why? Because I was working out so often that usually my glycogen stores were already depleted. I would need to pick me up in the middle of the workout, but I couldn't use large amounts of caffeine. My system's very sensitive. So this right here, whatever your soul is bringing forward is very carefully calibrated. Very, very carefully calibrated. It's intended just for you. That drink that I made, it's calibrated for me and my needs. All of the ratios of the different components, that's calibrated for me and how I metabolize food. So now your soul is doing something that's calibrated just for you. It's calibrating your light to call to you everything that you need. Some of you will come across, some of you, your content will come across the path of someone very influential. I don't know that it's a influencer or content creator. It feels like this is someone who can serve as an advisor for you in some way and connect you with the right people, the right opportunities, and the right environment to really cultivate and bring to full ripeness what it is you've been trying to grow. Because guess what? All of this is already with you. It's already with you. It's already inside you. It's already what it is that you need, what you've been dreaming of. Listen to this. This came as an aha moment for me some time ago. Okay, here's the aha moment. Your dreams are not dreams. They are reminders of what your soul has promised to provide you once you fall into proper alignment. Let that just sink in. Do you have this dream of greatness, a life of stability? Is there this visual that pops in your head every so often regarding a life that is just damn, it's just so peaceful? This is a life where it's there's nothing that I want, and it's not this disgusting show of wealth. It's just I can exhale. I'm no longer living paycheck to paycheck, worried about how I'm going to cover this and cover that. And oh my God, there's another expense that I wasn't expecting. There's no more none of that. There's just serenity. There is peace. There is awareness of your formidable nature. So the dark, malignant things, they don't try you anymore in the way they used to, because you're no longer existing at that lower level of existence. You've allowed yourself to rise to where you actually belong. This is not a competition. This is not a moment to compare. This is about a realization that your dreams and your goals most likely are nothing but reminders from your soul of what it plans to give you as you work to align and remain aligned. Ain't that some shit? That's fucking crazy. Some of the visuals that I've had are crazy. I'm just what the fuck is this? One visual, I'm touring a property that's in the middle of being built. It's a massive property. It's not a mansion. It's a compound with a beachfront view from my kitchen window. And the hallways are arched hallways. And I was going through the main floor level with my realtor to inform her some of the different upgrades that I wanted changed so she could speak to the electrician. And I just remember this, like some of the details, like this huge kitchen counter or island is huge. And like just vaulted ceilings through the whole first floor. It's a compound, ranch style compound. So that means it's all basically one floor, except for this separate structure that is not connected to the main living quarters. There is an outdoor walkway that then it's covered, but because of the proximity of this second structure, there is an indoor terrarium type thing. Well, I don't remember the name you call it, but it's just like inner jungle. It's like a little jungle thing, right? And then the next building is a multiple level building, and that's where my team stays. They stay in luxurious accommodations because I believe in everyone receiving at the same level that I receive when we work together. So that's where my team would stay. And then one of the floors would be a workspace, an expansive workspace, 2 fireplaces, because I don't know, ambiance. But everything, vaulted ceilings, everything, because there is no limit. Not even the sky. And what's funny is I've had this vision for quite a few years, and I don't really know, because I know what state it is in, but I have never wanted to live in that state. It's my beach house. How fucking pretentious. It's my beach house. And I'm like, I would never buy a beach house. First, I don't have a budget. Secondly, like, I don't know. It's not really for me, to be honest. But what's funny is in the last couple of years, I've come across someone who I love. And I have spoken with their family quite a few times. And it just so happens they're the realtor. And they've had the same dreams, the same visuals. And you know what's even funnier? They have a family member that's like a master electrician. And he's the one who is going to be changing all the light fixtures because it wasn't in the finish that I wanted. I'm just saying. In particular, if I have the budget to be, I will be. And none of that takes from my ability to continue to serve in the purpose that I'm designed to serve, because I no longer believe there are limits. And to be honest, I don't know that I ever believed in limits for myself. I don't see why I can't live in a way that's so comfortable as I bring comfort to all of the world. Do you see how that works? I come from a history of a previous life where I was the head of an empire. I still remember. My people were clothed in gold. There was no status. There was no disease, no suffering. Maybe that's something I need to remember, because maybe that's what I'm trying to bring back. An existence where we are all wealthy, in health, and in existing. Stop believing in those limits. Your light is being broadcast very brightly, if not now, very soon. Very, very, very soon. And as that happens, if you don't step into your proper space of alignment, man, dark thing's going to have a field day with you. They're going to have a field day with you. And it's not going to be something, I don't know. My husband took down the extractions. Let's put it that way. I had offered extractions until the end of this month. And then there was a situation that happened. And then my husband was like, nope, absolutely not. Extractions are coming down. I don't care what you say. And you're not turning it back on. Okay. Okay. I won't. You guys need to start believing in yourselves. You need to start fighting for yourself. You'd fight for anyone else. It's time to fight for you. So guys, I'm thinking of being live tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. For expedites, most likely. We'll see how things go, but most likely that's the plan. I'll post on the Hubi link if I do expedites tomorrow. So for those of you who were wanting to get expedites done, you just have to go to the Hubi link and you'll be able to see that there. Okay. I got to get going. I hope you guys are doing amazing, and I'll see you again